Across Malaya stretches the jungle, bright with orchids, loud with the song of birds and the chatter of monkeys, and infested with communist guerrillas who terrorize the rubber estates hacked out of this wilderness.
Hello? Son Ramasamy? Look, there's been some shooting and an explosion up on the jungle boundary of Field 38. How are things up your way? All quiet? Good. Look, will you take a section of men and go down that area and have a look? Righto.
Tony Hooper, manager of the Batu Raja rubber estate, is an Englishman who has spent several years producing Malayan rubber, never knowing whether he would live to see it shipped out. He and his fellow workers, Europeans, Malays, Chinese, and other Asians, have been ambushed and fired on month after month. His valuable rubber trees have been slashed and mutilated. In fighting an enemy they seldom see, Hooper and his native security force must be constantly on the alert, even in broad daylight. 40,000 British troops and over 100,000 native guards are fighting a ruthless, cruel enemy who has killed thousands. On the veranda of his estate house, Hooper fills in March of Time director Dwight Godwin on the situation.
Mr. Hooper, do you have many incidents like that one this morning?
5 major incidents, several small incidents like that one this morning. 1,500 trees slashed, 4 tappers murdered. Had to go to the Europeans several times, but so far I've been lucky.
No matter how dangerous the work, Hooper must keep his estate producing, for rubber is of the vital importance to Malaya. The Federation of Malaya produces 1/3 of the world's rubber and sends much of it to the United States. On these trees standing in orderly rows on Malaya's rubber estates depends not only the welfare of Malaya's people, but their ability to fight their costly war against communist terrorism. Early in the morning, the tappers make their rounds, skillfully cutting a spiral-shaped shaving from the tree's bark. This cut passes through thousands of tiny tubes that secrete the white sticky fluid called latex. The fluid collects in the cut and runs down the spiral in glistening drops. Like all other estate managers, Hooper uses his armored car, even on the roads of his own estate. More than 2,000 civilians have been murdered by terrorists during the emergency in Malaya. No one can afford to take a chance, even though today the war against communist-inspired aggression in Malaya is being won. Today, Tony Hooper is on his way to Kuala Lumpur, capital of the Federation of Malaya. In Kuala Lumpur, Hooper will meet with other rubber men who are also vitally concerned about the disastrous drop in rubber prices, which followed the decision of the United States to reduce the stockpiling of this strategic material. Each turn of this winding road, with the jungle stretching endlessly on either side, is a danger mark to Hooper. Here in this tranquil location of Malaya. In Kuala Lumpur, Hooper will meet with other rubber men who are also vitally concerned about the disastrous drop in rubber prices, which followed the decision of the United States to reduce the stockpiling of this strategic material. Each turn of this winding road, with the jungle stretching endlessly on either side, is a danger mark to Hooper. Here in this tranquil-looking countryside, some of his friends lost their lives, or were wounded when their cars hit landmines, or were stopped by roadblocks and communist crossfire. Assigned to Hooper are several members of Malaya's police constabulary, who keep a constant watch on the jungle. But to the thousands of British and native troops from many parts of the British Commonwealth, the grim, impenetrable Malayan jungle still hold the prospect of sudden death. Led by native scouts familiar with the jungle, which no white man ever gets to know completely, they hunt a hidden enemy. This terrain requires the utmost discipline. Mosquitoes, swamps, and the dense underbrush cut a day's forced march to 2 miles. Hidden streams run deep, and the brackish water dries to an evil-smelling scum. The chance of uncovering an enemy hideout is slim, but when it presents itself, these men waste no time making the most of it. Every effort is made to take the guerrillas alive. In this terrain, capturing a bandit is quite a feat. Most of them can give valuable information on the activities of other guerrillas. But their morale is weakening since their cause has lost whatever support it once received from Malaya's people. The war is being won. Malaya's defenders will continue to stand vigilant until a strong, independent nation is born.